welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal,
I'm Andio.
and we are KAMMA back to talk about our final thoughts, predictions, and face-offs for UFC Fight Night, Mexico City. This is going to be an amazing card. Just finished watching the face-offs. I am hyped. I'm super hyped about this. And we're going to talk about the first fight of the prelims here. It is Austin Hubbard versus Markel Medeiros. And Andy O, after watching the face-offs, man, are you as hype as I am here?
But pretty much. And I'm also sticking to my pick here with Markel Medeiros to beat Austin Hubbard. I think all Medeiros has to do is keep himself on the feet and work his striking, man, in this one. Simple as that, because I don't see any surprises out of Hubbard, and I still don't. So, what about you, Real Deal?
Yeah, sticking with Markel Medeiros here, but I do have to say, physically, Austin Hubbard came out and looking pretty good, man. He came out in very good shape. He's a little smidget bigger than Markel Medeiros, just a little bit bigger. But the body type is pretty similar. They both are in great shape, both pretty muscular and ripped there. You can see a little tiny height advantage there for Austin Hubbard. Very small, but very unnoticeable. Just a little tiny bit taller. But overall, they're pretty much the same size there. I got to stick with Markel Medeiros. I just think that he's going to be a little bit better with his boxing and striking. And like we talked about in the early predictions, Medeiros is just a better all-around fighter, I find. He just has to avoid getting taken down by Austin Hubbard. I think he'll do it because he's very good. There was a fight I forgot to talk about that I had watched with Markel Medeiros, and it was a fight against Isa Isakov. Now, Isa Isakov was a crazy grappler. The guy was like really good at wrestling and grappling, and he tried everything to take down Markel Medeiros, and he wasn't able to do it. Takedowns after takedowns. He tried so many times, and Markel was able to stuff those takedowns using the sprawl technique, fending off those takedowns. And so I think that he could do this with Austin Hubbard, especially against a guy like Isa Isakov, who was known to be like a super grappler and had a really good wrestling. So I like the odds that Medeiros will fight off the takedowns here from Hubbard.
Why isn't this guy in the UFC?
I know, seriously, I don't know, but he was actually looking pretty good too. He was a guy that was 10-2 actually he was in the Dana White's Contender Series. So
hey, look, the TD defense held up well so far, and
yeah, exactly. So I think he can do it with Hubbard here and get the win here with his striking.
All right.
So I like Medeiros to win and to win by knockout or decision. All right. Next fight. Jamal Emmers against Gabriel Miranda. And for this one here, definitely sticking with Jamal Emmers. Now, Gabriel Miranda, surprisingly, a little bit taller than Jamal Emmers here. I didn't know that he was taller than him that much. But it's not like a crazy amount, like just a little bit taller. Physically, they both look really good, in great shape. I think that Emmers is a little thicker. A little bit more muscular, but not by much. I mean, Miranda is ripped. He's in great shape as well. I'm sticking with Jamal Emmers. I think he's just going to be 10 times better on the feet. But he better be careful to not get taken down, because Gabriel Miranda, this guy is a submission specialist through the roof. We're talking rear naked chokes, arm bars, guillotines, fucking Kimuras, fucking rear naked chokes. He's got everything. Like the guy could sub. And he's got leg locks, he's got fucking ankle locks, fucking all kinds of shit. So he has to be extremely careful, Jamal Emmers, to keep this fight standing. Just don't get taken down, stuff those takedowns. And if he just sticks to a game plan of striking and getting in some kicks, he'll be obviously the better striker. He should get the win here. I like Jamal Emmers winning by KO or decision as well here.
Yeah, this one here, I didn't like Emmers' body language at all. He had his hands in his pockets, even during the stand at the podium there. His hands in his pockets, comes up and takes this face off here. Didn't seem like he wanted to be there for me. maybe he's wondering why he's still like at the beginning of the card on these fight nights here. But the guy does have 8 losses.
Yeah.
But with that being said, yeah, like you said, he's just got to avoid not only getting taken down, but jumping into the ground with Miranda, because Miranda's the type that's gonna like welcome you to the ground too. He knows what his path to victory is. So I think Jamal Emmers' skills should be able to carry him through this fight. Like Miranda doesn't have very much to offer except like submission ability here, and a pretty good looking mustache. So I'm
Interesting, eh?
yeah, I'm gonna go. Whether he wants to be there or not, I still got to go with Jamal Emmers here by decision.
Yeah, I didn't notice that really. I think Jamal Emmers just doesn't give a shit about being at this face-off. I think that maybe that's why he was just like being nonchalant. But he did shake his hand and stuff, so he was being all right about it, cool about it. But yeah, we'll see. All right, so Jamal Emmers it is. Next fight here. All right, Rafa Garcia against Vince Pichel.
All right,
Uh,
go ahead.
Yeah, for this one here, man, I have to say, did you hear the crowd go wild for Rafa Garcia? It's absolutely insane. The crowd just loves this guy. They were screaming, going nuts.
They seem to go nuts for all of their guys.
Yeah, pretty much. But Rafa, they were hyped with this guy when he came out, man. Vince Pichel is looking old, man. I just have to notice that, like, the guy is like, not as built anymore as he used to be. He's not as thick. He's obviously losing size. Rafa Garcia, though, he is in phenomenal shape, man. The guy is actually bigger, thicker. He's more muscular than Vince Pichel. Yes, he's shorter, but he's bigger. Like you can see it that he's clearly got a bigger chest, bigger arms. He's just way bigger than Vince Pichel. I'm going to like Garcia here in this one for sure to win. I think he's going to be able to take down Vince Pichel, get him on the ground, use his submission skills, his grappling. He's good on the feet too, great boxer. So I like him all around, but I think he'll get because he doesn't really hit with much power, and Vince Pichel's a tough motherfucker. I like him to win by submission or decision. When you look at Vince Pichel's losses there, out of his 4 losses, he lost 2 decisions, 1 sub, 1 knockout. I don't really think that Rafa has that kind of knockout power, but definitely I think that the submission could happen. So I like Rafa by sub or decision here.
Yeah, Rafa has to get those takedowns. I thought Vink Pichel looked pretty good for his age and all of that. Probably.
Yeah, no, he still looks good though. I'm just saying, like you can see.
To me, he looks in better shape than Garcia overall. Like for a guy that's so much younger, he should have put some more time in the gym. Like that's my opinion on Garcia. But yeah, he has that stoutness working for him. Are we sure though at the same time if he got over being destroyed by Grant Dawson his last fight? I don't know. The thing is, look, at home in Mexico, the guy's really got to get a win here against this guy, Vink Pichel, who's a lot older. And I don't think he finds the sub or the knockout, though. I think it does go to decision because Pichel is a hard guy to put away. But that's about it here. But if he doesn't get those takedowns, it could be a different story. We're just going to have to see.
All right, man. So yeah, in agreement with Rafa Garcia still. All right, let's move on up to the next fight here. We got, the ladies going at it here. Lupi Godinez against Julia Palastri.
Yeah, so this fight, I got to stick with Godinez here, who also got a very loud reception herself.
Yeah.
I liked Palastri's kind of like arrogance going up there. She wanted the crowd to boo her and all of that. You could see she's a little taller than Godinez here. Godinez, as far as the Mexicans on this card, maybe the only one that I can see not really fighting to the death kind of style, right? Like if she gets a crappy night, like everyone's going to know it, and that's just the way it's going to be. But I don't think that's going to happen against Palastri. I think it still is a mediocre women's fight, but at the same time, Godinez does have that crowd on her side, does have probably the judging on her side, and I think she's going to get those takedowns and get a decision as she's used to getting here.
Yeah. Look, I like Lupita Godinez, man. I mean, the thing is about this here is that, we talked about it in the early predictions. She's just fought the better fighters, man. She just has so much more experience than Julia Pilastri. She fought amazing competition. I'm not worried about the little height advantage there of Pilastri. Godinez will take her down, get her on the ground, and do her work that she normally does. She's a great wrestler and grappler. Pilastri is still too green. She's a beginner. She's not going to beat a vet like Godinez, I don't think. And yeah, physically they're both about the same size, other than Pilastri being a little bit taller. They both have the same physique. They're both, in very good shape. But Godinez grappling, man, it's unreal. It's on another level. And like I said, she is going to use her, and she's also an underrated boxer too. Her boxing's actually pretty crisp. She can strike. She's got some good punches and kicks, and again, like I think Godinez's experience, just being home with the crowd going nuts, and her grappling being so far advanced compared to Julia, I got to stick with Godinez here, and I got Godinez winning here by straight up decision. All right, so we're still in agreement with everything. Let's move on up to the next one here. We got, all right, Christian Rodriguez and Melquizael Costa.
Yeah, here, every time I capture a pic with Mel Costa here, he seems to be like at least a foot taller than the other guy. Eh?
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah.
But yeah, kidding aside though, I did catch him at the top of his jump here, and it appears we have a guy that can't control himself and can't stop from jumping in every face-off that he's in. So that's his thing. He jumps around a lot. And I think he's gonna pull it off against C-Rod, man. I think it's just the trend with C-Rod is he has a harder time with these bigger guys, and at the face-off we saw that Costa is the bigger, taller guy, and he does have good subs as well. The last time C-Rod faced a bigger guy that could sub guys was against Julian Erosa, who subbed him out in a gilly. So I can see the same thing potentially happening again. Although I think it's going to be a sub on the ground for Costa if he gets one here. And yeah, man, Rodriguez also didn't miss weight or anything. So that's another thing. And yeah, I'm sticking to the trend here. I got to go with Costa. And I like his powerful leg kicks better. I think he puts those to use early, and they have an effect on Rodriguez.
I'm going to be honest here, man. I was thinking of switching my pick throughout the week since we did the show on Tuesday. I was thinking of switching my pick. But after looking at the face-offs here and seeing how much bigger and taller Melquizael Costa is over Christian Rodriguez, also the size too. Christian Rodriguez, yeah, he is also in very good shape and stuff. But Costa is just so much thicker and bigger and muscular. I just think that it's going to be very difficult for Christian Rodriguez to really use his game against Costa like he has with these other rookies. Costa's not a rookie. The guy is very skilled, very well-rounded too. He's got out of his 22 wins, we're looking at a guy that's got like 7 knockouts, 8 submissions, 7 decisions. So the guy is so well-rounded all over the place, man. So I just don't think Rodriguez is going to have an easy time with Costa. I think that this could be the upset of the night here. I'm going to stick with Melquizael Costa to get the win here, and I'm going with KO or decision here. It's possible that he could sub Rodriguez. He's got submissions too, but I'm going to go with KO or decision. Wait. Where do I have Costa here? Sorry, my bad. No, actually, I'm going with Costa. Yeah, actually, KO submission. So yeah, I say he finishes Rodriguez. So yeah, KO or submission. The submission is possible. You're right.
It's going to be a sub or decision for me.
All right, let's move on up to the next fight. And this is the one that I wanted to talk about, man, because the picture you took here, okay? Unfortunately, we were not able to see the height difference here, where it kind of looks like they're almost the same height.
Everybody knows he's ripped and buffed.
Yeah, bro, like when I saw this guy come out, I was like, holy shit, man. Atiba Gauthier is in phenomenal shape. The guy is a physical specimen. Absolutely ripped, muscular, abs, built, very big. And he's so much taller than Medina. Medina here is like super up close to him here, and like I don't know if Medina was like jumping or like he's on his tippy toes or something, but this is definitely not the real height. Like Gauthier is a solid 4 inches taller than this guy, and like I said, the 7 inch reach advantage is going to be crazy. I hope you switched your pick here, Andy O, because if you after seeing this, man, I think Atiba Gauthier is going to smoke Jose Medina.
You sound like you were talking about just 2 weeks ago. I think I'm listening to the same thing.
Man, I think this guy's going to smoke him. I think he's going to come out there and give this guy a beating of his life. I got Gauthier winning by knockout. I just don't see Medina having a chance in this one unless he, gets some like superpowers from Mexico here. But I just don't see it, man. I think Gauthier comes out here and finishes him off. So knockout for me for Gauthier. Unbelievable. Medina's in good shape too, but unbelievable physical specimen, this Gauthier here.
Yeah, he's just too green. You can't always judge a book by its cover, otherwise it would be bodybuilding, I guess. So I'm gonna go with just the guy I know that has a rock hard, solid chin, man. Never been knocked out. I'm predicting Gauthier gets a little tired, and I'm even predicting maybe a takedown from a Medina later on in the fight. And I'm not saying Medina won't get hit in this fight because his favorite defense is to stop punches with his face. So that chin is definitely going to be tested. I expect Medina to be busted up after this, but I also expect him to survive and then just wear on Gauthier, who will be a little taken aback because he, sorry, because he couldn't put away Medina sooner than that. So that's a prediction for you. Upset.
Man, I was hoping you would switch your pick, but we're still in disagreement with
Yeah,
this.
I can't do it, man. I just got to go with, I'll call it a mini trend,
Well, we'll talk about the betting there. Like, obviously, Jose Medina is worth a sprinkle, but I can't see him really winning it. I don't think this fight's going to the decision at all. All right, let's get to the main event of the prelims here. And if you haven't already, guys, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. So we got the main event here with Edgar Chairez and CJ Vergara.
All right, here I'm still gonna have to stick with it's me, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Edgar Chairez here. I expect him to eventually track down CJ Vergara once he starts running away after he gets hit a couple times, a little too hard for his liking, and sometime in the second or late second or in the third round. I expect Chairez to find the finish here by knockout or sub. I don't know which way. But there's also a slim possibility. I feel that Vergara can run away enough to lead this fight to a decision, where I say that Chairez is going to get the decision win for the first time ever in his career, if that happens.
Yeah. Edgar Chairez is a finisher. He's never won a decision. Yeah.
Yeah, and he lost all his decisions. I know Chairez, I think. And I just don't see Vergara winning a decision by running away. So there you go.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, he has 4 losses by decision, but never won a decision. All of his wins have been by finish, 4 knockouts and 7 submissions. Listen, when I saw these guys come out here, I definitely like Edgar Chairez's physical shape. He's in great shape. He's ripped. Looks very, very good. CJ Vergara, a little bit thicker, a little bit more muscular there. But I do like the height advantage here for Edgar Chairez. As you can see here, he's a much taller guy. Now, he came out with some scary looking face paint, man. Like, I'm looking at his face paint. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is he, what is this face paint that he has on here? But it definitely looks scary. He definitely looks fucking like he's out there to kill. And he's serious as fuck in this face-off, man. Like, I didn't see him smile once. He looks very, very serious and ready to go, and looks like he's gonna fucking kill CJ Vergara, man. So I definitely got Edgar Chairez coming out here and getting a KO or submission finish over Vergara. Definitely don't think Vergara is that good. Don't think he's gonna get the win here at all. There you have it, folks. Our final thoughts, predictions, and face-offs for the prelims. Stay tuned. Coming up next, the main card. Peace out, folks.